Still around.
All right, your study guide. I wanted you to hold on to it so that we could go over some stuff with it. Because, like, for example, question number 2 would be would have this case where I think things tend to get a little bit more philosophical with the questions, such as like human nature towards fire and things along those lines. So I wanted to go over that stuff. But I wanted you to have your ideas and your examples in front of you. But number 1, like, and this certainly would be a big thing so far as like plot development and whatnot. What's the main action that Millie has taken at this point that we have? And there could be a couple different answers that people mentioned with it. What do you got? She turned him in. Yeah. So so the big thing here would be Millie has turned in Guy. So to Beatty and you could say essentially the authorities. So if you have something on your answer sheet, study guide, as some people were mentioning, well, she's packed up all her belongings and she's leaving. Yeah, that's true. But the big thing would be that she has turned in Guy to Beatty, which for her is going to be a big action in some ways because she knows that she's probably going to have to leave because at this point the books tend to get burned and the house tends to kind of come down along with it. Value-wise, what's that tell us now about her? Which I think we kind of already knew, but it cements that for her, what has supreme importance? Over. Okay, so technology, entertainment, and you could argue, well, but she's losing those things because the house is going to get burned down, but that would be something that's going to be replaceable for her. She at least would probably be able to go to a friend's house or whatnot. But technology, entertainment, that is going to be that is going to be more important than husband, what we would kind of consider to be her true family. And since we kind of have entertainment over here from an abstract quality standpoint, entertainment is going to be more important than knowledge for her. What do you think she means when she says everything is gone now? For her, what has been lost?
Her family and her TV.
Quote unquote, yeah, would pretty much be her family. We can't say everything means everything. It's going to be a little... But for her, yeah, everything's gone now. That's going to be her family is gone. Okay. What attitude or aspect of human nature is fire symbolic of? This wouldn't be something that you're getting from the text. This would be kind of more of thoughts that you would have. Josh, what do you have for like fire being symbolic of?
I said like it represents people and how they like try to escape their problems instead of like confront them. And like Beatty says that fire just burns problems.
So by you saying escaping problems, meaning like burning it, getting rid of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this vocabulary test, I'm going to escape it by lighting it on fire. Not in here, that would be bad. Okay, so humans escaping problems. What else?
Oh.
You're at an auction, you move your hand, you get called on.
I said it's cowardice.
Cowardice?
Yeah, like people like run away from that ball.
Okay. Brendan, you have bonfires?
Yes.
Why?
That's fire in my house.
Why? If you have a bonfire or even just like campfire and take marshmallows out of the equation or burning specific items, why are people fascinated as they just sit around a fire staring at it?
Because it's always
Okay, so
Mesmerizing
warmth.
color.
It never has the same pattern.
So it's always different. Why else do people like fire? And I think when you go, it burns things, there's an aspect about fire that people like.
Destroys things.
By destroying things, by being able to burn things, it can give the human, assuming you can control it, a sense of power, authority. It could be fearful for other people. So it can be symbolic of a whole host of different things. It could be something beneficial where it's going to be warmth, coziness, a fireplace, a hearth. We think of something as being very family-like, but at the same time, it could certainly be a sense of power. Think about Beatty's philosophy of burning a problem rather than facing it. If he is burning a problem, then from his viewpoint, he's basically flexing muscle and taking ownership over the problem and is able to eliminate a problem rather than facing it. So burning a problem for Beatty, it gives him the ability to eliminate any problems. And in the society in which they live, those problems is going to be the ability to think for one's self. So it is a sense of power, it's a sense of authority. It also gives him certainly a sense of control because you're able to control information that people get. Who's the first people or the first person to turn in Montauk? Millie's friends. So Beatty doesn't do anything. Why do you think?
It says like all firefighters go through a similar stage at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He's always like loved to burn, so she wants to give him a second chance.
Okay. And so this would be in a more benevolent, positive attitude, gives Guy a second chance. So in some ways, like an act of kindness could be taking place. That could be one.
I think he's once not either. His house down.
Okay, so he would take the pleasure of being able to take him to the house and have him burn his house down. Make Guy destroy his own house because the call comes in before he gets back to the fire station. So they could have simply done it at any time. He can wait, take Guy, have Guy end up destroying his own home. It's a more painful experience for him. We already answered this, but in relation to this question, who ends up turning him in after Millie's friends? Millie herself. What could that do for Guy? The knowing that it's his wife who turns him in as opposed to his wife's friends, you would think that the impact of that. So he has full control over Guy, and Guy might feel more upset or betrayed by the fact that his own wife is turning him in, as opposed to someone who we know never liked him in the first place. So Guy may feel betrayed by having Millie turn him in. We don't know what the ultimate, final answer to this would be, but certainly all three of these would be pretty realistic possibilities for it. Ultimately, what does Guy do to Beatty? Kills him. Flamethrower. Burns him. So it takes a guy who likes fire, uses fire against him. Right before it happens, why do Beatty's eyes widen when Montauk toggles the safety switch on his flamethrower? Why do you think he kills him? Is it a simple act of revenge? So let's kind of go with this first part. Why do you think his eyes widen right before he does it? So as he takes that switch, goes off safely into active mode, it's out to burn. I'm not going to burn Jack alive. Eyes get big. Okay, so surprised that he actually is going to attack him. And Guy does burn the home. I mean, he goes through with that, but then the fact that he'll take it onto someone else. So it's just shock or surprise that Guy is willing to kill him. Nate? Some folks argue that maybe does Beatty want to die? And he's kind of antagonizing Guy so that he will switch the safety over, eyes wide, like he's expecting it. Nate? He certainly doesn't run away, and it seems like he ends up kind of like accepting it with that way. Don't know if that would be the case or not. We do know that Beatty is well read. We know that he knows a lot of information. It seems that he would be a person who probably still has his own books and whatnot. So it's possible that he thinks that at some point this is going to end up being him. If he ends up having Guy kill him, then it kind of takes care of his own problems that he would have to deal with down the road. Is it revenge? You've ruined my life, now I'm going to eliminate your life? Instinct? Could say it's instinct, could say it's for protection, because what would be the next step for, assuming he doesn't kill Beatty, what's the next step for Guy? House destroyed, but now he has to go, he would be going to jail, he would be going to prison. So it could be instinct, protection from jail. There's a little sense of irony too, where we know that Beatty's philosophy of burning a problem rather than facing it. So in some ways, what this guy end up doing uses Beatty's own words, where he decides to burn the problem, being Beatty. How about this one? Awful fool, idiot. Why would he feel this way? Okay, so realizes the ramifications of what he has done. He also, by doing so, essentially now becomes, as Jack was alluding to, public enemy number one. We know you have, there's more hounds out there. People are going to be after him. So he is sought after, where he is someone who has to be kind of eradicated or taken care of. There has to be some kind of finality to it, which we ultimately end up getting with our chasing that we'll take a look at. When he is starting to run off, what is remarkable and disturbing about the declaration of war scene at the gas station? When war ultimately gets declared, the public's reaction to the fact that they are going to war again, no one seems to care about it at all. So the disturbing aspect, the remarkable aspect would be an apathetic, and that becomes more disturbing when we realize what happens at the end when the entire city destroyed, gone. Don't forget your phones if they're up top here.